Colorado winning 2 out of 3, nearly pulling off a sweep last night. Now they're back in D.C., a little road weary but ready to take on the Brewers. The start of a 9-game homestand on a beautiful Friday night at Nationals Park. Fabulous baseball weather. We are so glad to be back home. The Brewers and the Nats, and thanks to Miller Lite, a great ball cap giveaway tonight. A lot of folks will be packing the place Friday night. South Capitol Street, the place to be. In fact, we're so glad to be home. We thought you'd like to see it behind us for a change, and we are looking forward to this long homestand. And then another after 3 games in St. Louis. And FP, obviously great for the guys to be back home. Time to get the bats going, and there's a new Nat today. We've been hearing a lot about Trey Turner. Now he's a major leaguer.
Well, he's been on the PNC minor league report every single night. Now we get to watch him in person. And when you talk about what he brings to this ball club, you look at his numbers in AA and AAA this year. He was better than the leagues he was playing in. And generally speaking, as a minor leaguer, when you do that, you get called up. So he adds speed to the Nationals roster, something they desperately need this year. With the Nard Span injured, Anthony Rendon banged up, Bryce Harper not running like he used to, not stealing bases. Now you got Trey Turner, a guy that's electric with the wheels. I mean, he's as fast as anybody in the big leagues. So now you put him at shortstop, you put him at second base. Maybe you try him in left field once in a while. And Matt Turner has a new dimension, or Matt Williams, has a new dimension to this ball club. We can't wait to watch him play.
Yeah. Well, and he was out early today working at shortstop. As FP said, speed, versatility, can't wait to see him play. Now, we can't wait to see what Gio does. He was so good in L.A., great 2 innings in San Francisco. Things kind of fell apart. He should have a lot of bullets left for this one tonight.
Yeah, just 65 pitches against the Giants, and we're going to forget about that outing. Big night for Gio. You want to get this homestand off on the right foot. This is where they make their move. When you talk about the teams playing, you're finally at home. Get in your rhythm, get in your groove, win some ball games.
How about the groove Michael A. Taylor is in? A 493-foot home run in Colorado. Well, it's good to be back home. Taylor and the Nats taking on Milwaukee. Ready to roll tonight. Took the field with his teammates. Here we go. We'll set the lineups and all that for you. This is Gene Segura leading off for the Brewers, and on the first pitch of the weekend, a high fly ball, Bryce Harper for the first out. quick enough for you at 7:05 Eastern Time. Milwaukee 249, 10th in the league. They're 9th in runs. They're 8th in home runs. And Chris Davis has been on an absolute tear. 7 home runs, 18 RBIs his last 15 games. A couple of multi-home run games. He's the reason they put Ryan Braun in right field. Gio 2-0 in 2 career starts against the Brew Crew.
All right, coming off the shortest outing of his season on the 15th against the Giants. Lasted just 2 2/3. Gave up 6 runs on 5 hits. Struck out 2 Giants. Walked nobody. Threw 65 pitches in that one. 23rd start of the year for Gio. Opponents hitting .278 against the left-hander.
And here's their catcher, Jonathan Lucroy, hitting a surprising .235. He's been banged up this year. One of the better offensive catchers in baseball and not bad behind the plate. He was on the DL for about 6 weeks, late April to late May, with a broken left big toe. Just 4 home runs, 26 RBIs. He went 13-69 last year. That's a strike. Behind the plate, 35th year for the crew chief, Joe West. 6th year for Clint Fagan at first, 17th for Rob Drake at second. 8-year veteran DJ Rayburn, third base. What a night. 80 degrees, clear skies, ready for some home baseball. Up the middle. Off the mound into center field, Jonathan Lucroy, now 4 for 6 career against Gio Gonzalez.
Set the defense for the Nats today in their blue jerseys. Marine Corps Day here at the ballpark. Worth, Taylor Harper the outfield, Desmond Escobar left side, Rendon Robinson right side, and Jose Lobaton behind the plate. Gio's personal catcher, Jose Lobaton.
And Ryan Braun got a rather rude greeting from our fans here. Hitting .276, having a good year. He's kind of back to where he was 2 years ago. 22 home runs, 72 RBIs. He's 10th in the league in both of those categories. 3 career hits against Gio. And the heater low and away. He has 22 homers and 18 steals, so he's about to have his 4th straight 2020 season.
Dan Desmond looking for that too. He might be able to do it. 15 homers, 10 stolen bases.
And Gio goes off speed. It's up and away, 2-0. Nats at home, 31-23, but surprisingly, they've lost 9 of their last 15 here. Time to make the move because 16 of the next 19 are on this diamond over the next 3 weeks.
But the ball club pull into the ballpark 5:30 in the morning. Is that what?
I think we were kind of everybody was leaving the parking lot after getting their bags around 5:30. Landed just before 4:30 out at Dulles. I'll say one thing, that's the time of the day you can get here from Dulles pretty quickly. So the Nats have the most home games remaining. The good news is the Mets are nowhere on that list, and they're in Colorado tonight. They were actually there well before the Nats left town. 2-1 pitch. Kind of interesting, the Nationals were packing up the clubhouse last night. In an adjacent storage room right across the hall from the Nats clubhouse was all the Mets equipment piled up, waiting for us to vacate so they could move in. Two-two pitch. Had him locked up with a breaking ball. Clint Fagan says that's a swing. 2 down.
I was about to say, how did Ryan Braun not swing at this pitch? Pretty good curveball by Gio Gonzalez. Did he go from the side? I think that's one of those that could win either way, and it goes Gio's way here early.
Here's the first baseman, Adam Lind. Longtime Toronto Blue Jay. Came over to the Brewers in a trade for former Nat Marco Estrada last November. He's been solid for them at first base. He's seen Gio too from the American League, 4 for 11 career. Goes up hacking. Over is Escobar. The ball will be on the field of play, and Escobar slams into the barrier after not being able to get to the ball.
It's his neck. I think there's some whiplash action right here. Not so much where his legs hit the barrier, but the way his head kind of snapped back when he hit it. Kind of got lost halfway, then turned it on at the end. And Matt Williams going to take a long jog down the third baseline with Lee Kuntz to see if his third baseman's okay.
Right at the base of his neck there. I mean, he was full speed. And FP, you know, those barriers are padded, but there's no give at all.
Maybe he hit himself on a fan, and because his head went over the rail, maybe his head hit somebody's chest and then his neck snaps back. Let's see how this thing ends. Yeah.
And that was a rather large man he ran into. That was two big fellas having quite a collision down there.
Well, it's good hustle and a good effort. I mean, he went a long way for this ball and then didn't give up on it. And maybe just blowing away from him a little bit at the end. Thought he had a beat on it, then he had to turn it on. Lost his footy on that cement area below the patty and then ran right into that fan. That could have been a lot worse, to be honest. And he's coming out of the game.
Well, there are two infielders in the dugout. One's named Espinosa, the other's named Turner.
That'd be a heck of a spot to make your debut, wouldn't it? Hey, kid, you're in.
Danny Espinosa.
Pretty sure it's going to be Espinosa, but let's see.
Yeah, he's played some third base, of course.
Maybe Rendon moves to third and Espinosa goes to second, or...
Yeah, Rendon's over on that side. And the fans are giving Danny Espinosa quite an ovation as he takes the field. They saw what he did on that road trip.
I'll tell you what, I'd like to check Trey Turner's pulse right now, though. All right?
Yeah, you've been in the dugout for 2 outs, and you
man.
almost got put into your first big league game.
I'll tell you what, if you're Trey Turner right there, you're seeing him running the wall. And obviously, let's hope you know that Escobar's okay, but... Yeah, he's thinking, okay, I'm in this one. Pulse rate through the roof. But his odds of getting in this game just increased, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure. Yeah, Nat's already playing with a short bench. 4 guys on the bench, including Ramos. That ball will be out of play.
I just got nervous for him. When Escobar was coming off the field, my pulse rate went up.
I had a chance to shake hands with Trey this afternoon. When he walked up, I did a double take. I thought he was one of the clubhouse guys. He's very slim. He goes about 170. And Matt Williams was saying earlier, he's amazed by the power and the strength that he has in that body. On 0-2, Gio, a breaking ball way outside to Adam Lind.
Well, maybe he thought you were one of the security guards.
Might have. Or somebody's grandfather. Runner at first, 2 outs and a 1-2 pitch. Gio had to sit around for a few minutes during that whole sequence, and Jose Lobaton keeps it close. Counts even 2-2. Lobaton right to the outside edge. Gio gives it right to him where he was set up, and he gets a couple of swinging strikeouts against Ryan Braun and Adam Lind in a one-hit top of the first. get to bat second. They've been waiting for that for a while. 6th in the league in runs, in the top 4 in home runs, and Jason Worth, career against the Brewers. Maybe another reason to have him batting up at the top of that lineup. 320, slugging just under 500, and scoring lots of runs. Jason trying to get off that interstate tonight. Had a pretty good series in Colorado. Like some of the Nats, couldn't buy a hit last night. And so now the Nationals take on Jimmy Nelson. They knocked him around pretty well in Milwaukee.
Yeah, June 13th, 7-2 loss. He gave up 7 earned runs on 10 hits in 5 innings pitched. Struck out 3 Nats, walked 2, hit 2 Nats. Yunel Escobar, who left the game, was 2 for 5 with a home run. Anthony Rendon, 1 for 3. Bryce Harper, 3 for 5. And Wilson Ramos, who's not in the game, went 2 for 5 with a homer. That was Joe Ross's first big league win, if you remember, on June 13th at Milwaukee.
And Joe goes here tomorrow. So here's Worth facing Nelson for the first time. He goes first pitch, fastball hunting. Jimmy Nelson, a big young man, 6'6", 243, 26 years of age. Born in Oregon, high school baseball, Niceville, Florida. Went to the University of Alabama. On the corner. Ball cutting away from Jason Worth. No balls, 2 strikes.
Where'd you say he's from?
Born in Oregon.
Niceville? Did you say Niceville?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we were told by some of the Brewers broadcasters that he's been less than nice lately for some hitters, the way he's been throwing the ball. That'd be a lovely place to be from.
That would be. It's better than Jerkville.
That's where Jed Jerko is from. Niceville, Florida. That's an all-American town.
I'm from Jerkville, Tennessee, and I hate you.
Yeah, don't come near me. Jason Worth is from the land of Lincoln, Springfield, Illinois. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got a fastball. Way up there. And then coming in for it, Domingo Santana. Seeing his first action as a Milwaukee Brewer since being traded over from Houston.
I'll check out the Brewers defense. Davis, Santana, Braun the outfield. Segura, Perez left side. Herrera leaned right side. And Jonathan Lucroy behind the plate.
Next up will be Anthony Rendon, who's now the 3rd baseman. Rendon against Nelson, a walk, 1 for 2. Working that outside edge pretty well so far.
Unis are clean, aren't they? Blue tops.
It's a great look. And the Nats go with the blue helmets, red bills with those, as opposed to the hometown red ones. So the right-handed pitcher and the umpire making right-handed hitters aware they better be covering the outside edge of the plate. That plays into the hands of Rendon when he's swinging well. 0-2 pitch. Going to right field. Ball hanging up. Adam leaned over there near the barrier, and it's just in.
Well, there's lots of foul balls close to the rail early in this one. Brought his glove, though. Think he got a baseball. That way, lefty.
Yeah, a couple of gloves down there. Not a bad idea, folks. If you're sitting down near the field with no screen in front of you, safety and fun. Bring the leather.
Bring it if you come to the game, period.
Yeah, you think people in the center field bleachers in Colorado thought they were going to get a souvenir last night? That's inside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Man, last time they faced Nelson, they got 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 3rd, 3 in the 5th, and 1 in the 6th off him.
Rendon. Big hop on Gene Segura. That ball really had some top spin. 2 outs.
American Standard, who's hot, who's not? Let's say Bryce is. Check it out. Career against the Brewers. They're pretty good numbers. 2014, 2015, 6 games, almost hitting 600, a couple of homers. 2012, 2013. A little different, right?
It is now, so you can celebrate the season with the American Standard All-Star Sales Event. Visit MidAtlanticComfort.com for amazing rebate and financing opportunities. Brewers will go into a shift. Of course, their manager now, Craig Counsell, under Ron Renegade, who was let go first week of May with the team off to a 7-18 start. They probably moved their defense around as much as anybody in baseball, if not more. So first managerial or coaching job for Craig Counsell, who was a special assistant to the GM when he was appointed to run the Brewers, and they are 45-52 under him. That was a hard-working player, huh?
Yeah.
Fiery guy, versatile, could do a lot of things. Low and inside, 1-1. By the way, it's his birthday today. Craig Counsell, 45 years of age today. One pitch. Pretty good swing by Bryce, and straight back and win. Well, Bryce has been up in categories all year. Right now, 336. D. Gordon. Paul Goldschmidt falling back a little bit. Still first in home runs. Top 6 RBIs. Monster season. And a whole lot more baseball to play.
Featuring the black tonight. I think that looks good.
1-2 pitch. Fastball upstairs.
Black sleeve, black gloves, black wristband. It's a good look. Look good, play good.
2-2 pitch. Rice will pull it to the right side. That's Elian Herrera. And the Nats go 1-2-3. Jimmy Nelson, Gio Gonzalez off to good starts. And folks still coming in on a Friday night. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever in you. A lot of action on the concourse tonight. Great crowd gathering. Top of the second coming up. No score. Jonathan Lucroy has the game's only hit. They have some early game notes for you. The Nats against the Brewers since 2009, averaging over 5 runs a game. Slugging here and as well at Miller Park. Remember that game Josh Willingham had 2 grand slams in a game years ago. Brewers against lefties not doing a whole lot offensively, and Michael A. Taylor 65th game in a row. And as FP noted today, as we were looking over the stats, only Bryce Harper has more RBIs.
Yeah,
is he in the Rookie of the Year race?
Probably. Yeah, don't bury the lead down there on the bottom with the notes. 65 straight games, 52 RBIs. I mean, I was looking at all the rookie NL batting departmental leaders, so that's discounting the pitchers, which they don't count anyways. Michael Taylor, 11 home runs. Jock Peterson has 23. He's third in runs batted in with 52 behind Chris Bryant, Matt Duffy. He's first in outfield assists, first in stolen bases with 15.
And this one up the middle to his left. Ian Desmond throws out Chris Davis. That's a hot bat against which to get a weak ground ball.
He's sixth in multi-hit games with 22. He's tied for second in grand slams with 1. But all seriousness aside, you know, I think deserves some consideration.
Absolutely.
You know, Matt Duffy and Chris Bryant probably going to get all the headlines for NL Rookie of the Year, but Michael Taylor with a good September, if he gets a chance, has a chance.
Busted bat. Danny Espinosa gets the line drive off the bat of Domingo Santana, the center fielder.
I guess it all depends on Denard Span's health, whether Michael Taylor keeps playing or not and has a chance at that. But 52 RBI, 11 home runs, and 15 stolen bases. Not too shabby. And the one he hit last night still going. Longest home run in the majors this season, 493.
Here's the third baseman, Hernan Perez. Hitting .267. Gio a little bit low. Perez just 23 years of age. Waiver pickup from the Tigers. And he jacks one to right center. That's got some carry on it. And Taylor will have to play the carom. Plays it pretty well. Strong throw into second. And Perez checks in with a double. Some pop there from a guy who's hit 1 home run this year.
That ball just tailing away from Michael Taylor the whole way. Had that cut spin to it, and it was hit well. Backed it up. Nice, good fall through. Watch the extension. That's where the backspin's created. The finish by Perez.
And he jacks one to right center. That's got some carry on it. And Taylor will have to play the carom. Plays it.
I think he called it better the second time.
Yeah, I was surprised. I'm like, who's that guy? So here's Herrera, Elian Herrera, the second baseman. Right in there with a strike. He's hitting .208 right-handed. Here's the classic National League situation where a base is open, pitcher's on deck, but you are facing a guy hitting .231. Gio pulls the string 85 and gets the foul tip.
Yeah, after getting to bed around 6:30 in the morning, I just thought I was hearing things.
Hearing things?
Yeah.
You're hearing voices out in the cornfield?
Yes. Unless it's not answering them. Whoa. Bob's doing play-by-play on the replay. Am I dreaming?
No, that's more like a nightmare. 0-2 to Herrera, who's hit 5 home runs. Gio goes hook, misses down and in.
Curveball's been sharp so far.
Herrera, we've seen him previously, time or two with the Dodgers. .274 in 69 games with Milwaukee last year. Here's another guy who was a waiver pickup a year ago in November. Milwaukee, a team in transition. They traded Carlos Gomez and Mike Fiers to Houston. Right now they don't have a true center fielder, so they've got different guys who might rotate in and out there. Right now their anchors are their catcher, the guy at first, that's Lucroy and Lind, and their shortstop Gene Segura, as well as Ryan Braun. And what many feel is an upcoming star in Chris Davis. 1-2 pitch. Runner going off of second base in a pop-up short right field. Danny Espinosa comes into the game, and the ball finds him twice in the top of the second. No score.
Talked about the Nationals bringing Trey Turner up to their big league roster today and how he could be an option late in games for Matt Williams because of his speed and his ability to play short and second base. But Williams said today that Turner could also get a start from time to time, and that could mean less playing time for guys like Danny Espinosa, Ian Desmond, Anthony Rendon, even Yunel Escobar. It's a crowded list of infielders at this point. Ian Desmond was asked about that today, the potential to get a little less playing time. He said this is about winning, not about any personal agendas. This is about us getting wins. So while guys might have to set some of that personal pride aside a little bit, they know they're in a pennant race. They know they need victories at this point, and the Nationals feel that Turner's mix of speed, contact, hitting approach, and defensive ability at both short and second will allow them to boost this roster as they make a playoff push.
Yeah, you need all hands on deck last 2 months of the season. When you're talking cars, you're talking Coons. Dan with Coons.com. Sideline report. Corresponding move, Tyler Moore went on the DL. Evidently rolled his ankle in Colorado during batting practice. And Aaron Barrett was transferred to the 60-day DL. And he is seeking some opinions on what's going on with his right arm. So here we go to the bottom of the second. Danny Espinosa, the cleanup guy, leads off.
Don't forget about youthful energy to all those things Mass and Dan just mentioned.
Good call. Danny Espinosa at 248 left-handed, 239. He's 1 for 3 career with a double against Jimmy Nelson.
The old saying, speed doesn't slump. He supposedly can fly, and I can't wait to see Trey Turner run.
How about that? 4th team of the year for him. San Antonio, then the trade. Harrisburg, Syracuse, big leagues, Washington.
It's a good number, too. Pick the winner.
Somebody next to me wore that number?
It's the best number ever.
Mickey Mantle wore that number.
It's good to see somebody good in this organization wearing it. Pudge wore it, though. He was good.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, Turner. That one could be taken for a long time. Danny Espinosa can't catch up with 95. First strikeout for Jimmy Nelson.
Tomorrow, 7-5 start against these very Brewers. First 15,000 fans who receive a Nationals Charger. It's presented by United Airlines. Visit nationals.com to purchase your tickets now. They're going to get their Chargers. He had a Chargers jersey on, I think.
The old gray and red ball caps. Nice look tonight.
Those are nice.
That's outside to Clint Robinson, who gets Ryan Zimmerman a day off against a tough right-hander. Clint at 269.
Sweet. You can turn him around early. You don't have to go rally hat in the 9th always. You can go 0-0 rally hat.
Clint had 3 plate appearances in the Colorado series. A couple of pinch hit walks, scored runs both times, helping Nats to much needed rallies, and then as a pinch hitter he bounced out last night. Two-0 pitch. Generous call by Joe West.
I scratched out Escobar on my lineup card and then wrote Escobar. That's how good I'm going right now.
Robinson hits it right into the shift. That time it works. That's Herrera. Short right field. 2 outs.
All right, tweet your strongest fan photo right now using hashtag NatsCouchCam, and you just might see yourself in an upcoming broadcast that is brought to you by T-Mobile.
This place looks like San Diego did about 5 years ago after they built their new ballpark. Cranes everywhere beyond center, right, and left field.
Birds?
No, big steel cranes. I mean, we have 7 of them within 8 of them within about a 5-block area here.
There's more than when we left, isn't there?
There are. Plus, there's a building going on right across from first base, the gate where our bus comes in and out of the ballpark, and that thing's 3 stories tall already. There's Ian Desmond. There are a lot of things going on down here in Southeast. 1-1. Desmond got one that was hanging a bit out ahead of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ian 0 for 2 against Jimmy Nelson, coming off a series in Colorado when he had 5 hits, 4 RBIs. Ian hitting .299 over the last month. That was interesting. Lucroy, when shifting to his right, pitch might have been a strike, but the umpire saw the catcher moving all over right in front of it. Two.
I give John Turner on the ground screw some credit. Zach Brown band in for a concert while the Nats are on the road, and this place looks as good as it's ever looked. These guys work so hard and take so much pride in the playing surface here at Nats Park, and as usual, it looks gorgeous. Gorgeous.
It'll be busy. 16 of 19 on this diamond over the next 3 weeks. Desmond takes a big hack at a hard fastball up, stays alive. By the way, it's Bartolo Colon and John Gray in that Mets game at Colorado tonight.
Matt Harvey officially shut down for Sunday.
The old pitch count thing, right? Trying to nurse those young arms into a long season. Front door breaking ball. It stays inside. And Ian Desmond, who's been drawing some bases on balls, is aboard here. Nissan will track it.
It's a spike curveball that Jimmy Nelson throws. And you're thinking, what is a spike curveball? Well, he takes his right index finger and digs the fingernail into the baseball. And the middle finger comes off the ball. And that's how he grips his curveball. There's a knuckle curve where you stick your knuckle right into the baseball, but he actually sticks his finger in there and gets that 12-6 break on it.
Here's Jose Lobaton. Desmond off and running. He had a great jump. No contest at second base. So for Ian Desmond, that's his 11th of the year.
A great jump. He picked a good pitch, too. A curveball from Jimmy Nelson. Gave him an extra step, but I think he steals that on a fastball, too. Emergency throw by Jonathan Lucroy. So 11 stolen bases. He's 5 home runs shy of 20 and 9 stolen bases shy of 20. And we're still not to September.
And for the Nationals now, that's 16 in a row without being caught.
I like what he did there, getting there early. Now you have a chance to drive him in. So many times you see base stealers with 2 outs wait till 2 strikes to steal second base. Now as a hitter, you only give me 1 pitch to work with, and I'm in defensive mode already. You get there early for me with 2 outs. Now I have the whole at-bat, or at least more of the at-bat, to drive you in. That's when the 2-out stolen base is valuable, getting there early.
0-2 pitch. Lobaton not biting on the breaking ball, down and in.
Michael Taylor on deck's really good at that. He's a guy that's going to steal second base first or second pitch. He doesn't wait around. 15 stolen bases on the year.
Lobaton, left field base hit. Racing home is Ian Desmond. And the Nats are on top as Desmond teams up with his catcher to manufacture a run with 2 outs.
With 2 strikes and 2 outs. Don't sleep on that. Jose Lobaton doing a nice job of battling, putting the ball in play. Credit Ian Desmond with taking a tough curveball for ball 4. Stealing second base early and giving Jose Lobaton a chance to put his ball club ahead. Desmond flying around third base just like he flew into second base. There goes a no-hitter, 1-0 Nats. Nice at-bat by Jose Lobaton.
Gets it down to the number 8 hitter, Michael A. Taylor. Lobaton, 14th RBI of the year. Taylor goes up hacking and fouls it off to the right. Guys come home and play a little small ball for that first run.
You know, you start to think, well, if Jose Lobaton gets a hit, it's a bonus. But if he plays a little more frequently, his swing will be more consistent, at least from the left side. And he can help you out on offense, too.
'85 as Nelson pulled the string on Taylor. Michael A. Taylor, 52 RBIs, 20 in his last 27 games.
You know, if you hit a home run 493 feet, you should just go to the ball club and say, hey, instead of putting my numbers down below when I hit, my average, my home runs, and my RBI, just put 493 the rest of the year. That's all you should put below my name when I come to the batter's box. 493 and the longest home run in the majors. Right?
Which it is.
Forget all the other numbers. You got the farthest tater of the year. What, the third longest in Coors Field history behind Piazza and Giancarlo Stanton?
Some kind of pop in the number 8 spot. Taylor, a base hit and an RBI against Nelson in their first meeting. The count's 2-2. And Michael A. Taylor can't get to that one, cutting away from it. Desmond, a walk, a steal, Lobaton hit, and that adds up to a 1-0 lead.
For Teachers Day, well, that's what it says on my thing, glad, but it says grand on TV, so I'll go with grand. That's presented by WUSA 9. Maybe these guys got it at 6 in the morning, too. Brewers 135. That's Glad Day from Niceville. Special ticket purchase, fans will contribute $5 to help fund teacher projects at 4 area schools. We'll try that one again later. Grand Slam for Teachers Day. I told you I'm running Burgundy. Write it down, I'll just read it.
Top of the third, Nelson, Segura, Lucroy, 9-1 and 2 for the Brewers. Let's have a look at our Acura moment in history, brought to you by that Acura. It's that kind of summer event. Raleigh Fingers, first one to 300 career saves on this date in '82. Brewers won the American League pennant that year. Their only time in the World Series in Milwaukee. Raleigh Fingers would go on to have 341 career saves with Oakland, San Diego, and Milwaukee. 7-time All-Star. That was Harvey's Wallbangers back in '82. Norman Thomas, Cecil Cooper, Robin Yount. That was quite a ball club. Here's Jimmy Nelson, leads off top of the third. The pitcher is 5 for 48 with a couple of RBIs this year. Big man taking a good hack. 2-2. As a pitcher, he's 9-9 with a 3.61 ERA. Gio's 9-5. His ERA coming in 3.86. 2-2 pitch. Got him. Foul tip on a pitch away. 92, and for Gio, his third strikeout. They go 2 for 9 the first time around. Mercedes-Benz will track it.
Fastball's got some good late jump to it tonight. It's been effective into righties. That one kind of tails back over the plate. Just a challenge piece to Jimmy Nelson. Nicely done.
Gene Segura. First pitch of the game. Fly ball to right. He hit 294, his first taste of the big leagues 2 years ago.
Curveball's good tonight. Ooh. Real good.
Segura 3 for 8 career against Gio. Zach Greinke from Milwaukee to the Angels, and Gene Segura was part of that deal back in July of 12. He was a minor leaguer at that time. This one to the left side and in and out of the glove of Anthony Rendon. Had a lot of ground to cover there. And we'll see how they scored with one out.
Well, like you said, he had a long way to go for this, and if he fields it, does he get Segura at first base? It would have been a throw on the run because he was fielding it on the run. And he might have lost sight of that because the ball got so deep. See where he's fielding that baseball behind him. Probably lost sight at the end. I'm giving that a hit.
Jonathan Lucroy stepping in as we await a ruling.
I gave it a hit.
Base hit. That's a call that nobody has a problem with. Your guy gave it his best shot, and the hitter's happy to get a knock.
Well, speed of the hitter.
Yeah.
That's what dictates that decision.
Here's Lucroy. What a great changeup by Gio Gonzalez. Big, strong power hitter way out in front of that. This guy set a major league record for catchers last year with 53 doubles. Year before that, he tied for the major league lead in homers by a catcher. 18 with Yadier Molina and Matt Wieters. They gave him a 5-year contract a couple of years ago. He's in the 4th year of that deal now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Segura, good base runner. 19 out of 24 stolen. 8th in the league. Guy hits the ball hard, and he's a catcher, and he grounds into a lot of double plays. 18 of them. That's why the runner's moving. A bullet by Lobaton, but it's too high. Goes into center field, and Segura never got up. And Michael A. Taylor did a good job of charging. So there's number 20 for Gene Segura.
Well, he went on a good pitch, just like Ian Desmond went on off speed. So did Segura. Went on a changeup from Gio Gonzalez, but he gave a good feed to Jose Lobaton. What's that mean? Well, as a lefty, you can see the guy going, and if you see the pitch again, it was a modified pitch out. He threw that changeup high to give Lobaton a chance to throw out the base runner. But Segura went first move. Either had something on Gio's move or just guessed and went. But a good jump.
Now the Brewers try to manufacture a run. Infield hit and a steal so far. Lucroy jacks one to left, and Jason Worth has it go by his glove. Around third to score, Segura into second base. Lucroy, he's 2 for 2, and this is a 1-1 game. That ball was smoked.
See, that's the play that Jason Worth has had difficulty with in left field this year. The line drive, the low line drive at him, and he says it's different than right field. And from a pull left-handed hitter, you could see him just stutter step a hair before he realized that ball's hit better than I thought initially. And that's always the toughest play for any outfielders, that bullet line drive right between your eyes. It's hard to get a read on it.
Runners trade places. Ryan Braun steps in. Now Lucroy now with these 2 hits tonight. 5 for 7 career against Gio Gonzalez with 3 RBIs.
That was a cross-up for sure.
And that ball pops straight up in the air, and the runner goes to third.
Jose Lobaton expecting off speed. He got the fastball, and he's lucky he's okay. When you put down soft as a catcher and you get hard, that's where you can get hurt. Watch this. He's expecting either a curveball or a changeup. And by the way he went down to block it, he was expecting a curveball. He's going to block that pitch, and it was, I think, a strike. Did Joe West call it a strike?
It's 1-0 on the scoreboard.
I think he called that a strike.
And I
he
think
should
you're
have.
right.
That's right down the middle. Does he call it a strike? Yes, he does. So a free 90 feet for Jonathan Lucroy. Now Gio Gonzalez has to pitch for the strikeout.
0-1. That's a tough pass ball to be given to a catcher.
I think they want to know if it's a strike on the Brewers bench right now.
Infield not all the way in. So the count's 0-1 to a guy with 72 RBIs. Braun fly ball right field. That'll make it 2-1. Bryce is trying to get behind it. There's a catcher running, and Bryce Harper launches one to Lobaton. He did all he could, and Milwaukee takes the lead. How many guys can make that play close? Not many.
Wow. Okay, that was probably the most interesting sac fly of the year. I mean, that was almost to the track in right field. We talked about it last night. Bryce Harper overthrew that one at third base. I said, you know what? He thinks he can throw anybody out, and you like that in your outfielders, that aggressive nature. And when there's no cutoff man to hit, let it rip. Bryce Harper showing off the hose right here and made it way closer than anybody in this ballpark, and maybe even Jonathan Lucroy thought.
It's the second out of the inning, 2-1 Milwaukee, and Adam Lind is the hitter.
That look you just saw from Ryan Braun was like, that's a pretty good arm.
Bryce picked up an outfield assist on the road trip. He has 5 on the year. He'd have more if anybody would run on him, but some of the guys with the best arms in baseball don't get assists because nobody wants to try. 1-1. Big time curveball right there. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goes with the hook again. Payoff pitch, Chris Davis on deck. And the curveball's just too far outside to get Lean to bite once it got to 2 strikes. That's Gio's first walk.
Got the curveball because he was on the fastball. He fouled straight back.
Gio had only walked 4 batters total his previous 3 starts. So here's Chris Davis, hit a bouncing ball, not that hard, to Ian Desmond, first time up. Davis got himself established last year, 22 home runs, 69 batted in. He's at 14 and 41 this year. Some hop on that fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. How beautiful is that?
No filter.
August 21st. Game number 121. Some high gas to get the strikeout. So the Brewers tied the game, and then that pass ball would end up costing the Nats another run. Nationals Park, bottom of the 3rd, Gio Gonzalez. 3 hits this year, 2 RBIs. Jimmy Nelson, 40th pitch, 24 strikes.
You know, shutdown innings always important, but when you're playing a last place ball club that's 26 games out, it's even more imperative that you go back out there and throw up a goose egg and not let them feel like they have a chance to play with you this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, for the most part, they're out there playing free and easy. They're just doing what they can, take their chances everywhere they go. And nice to see, be nice to see the bats wake up soon, because that's in another one of those little funks. 5 hits in the last 11 innings, and that includes 9 in Colorado last night. Big explosion on Tuesday. Big hit by Jason Worth Wednesday in a well-pitched game. And then unable to do much of anything with Johan Flande and company last night. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Gio, good job of identifying a curveball. If there's anybody who knows what a curveball looks like, it's Gio Gonzalez. even though that one coming from the other direction. Ryan Zimmerman watching. Target in, means fastball. Gio turns on it, hits it well. Hernan Perez, plenty of time to make that play. For the Achiever and you, PNC Bank with our minor league report. So now that Trey Turner's here, it's going to be Lucas Giolito every other night. Last 3 games, 0.99 earned run average. A few walks, but that's okay. Averaging way over 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. 6'6", 255, first rounder. And how long before he'll be wearing a big league uniform? At the age of 21. Here's Worth. Gets the call. Nasty slider.
Looked like it was down to me.
Sure did. Joe West pretty generous so far. He's a guy who likes to keep the game moving. That one's further out. 2 balls, 1 strike.
See Jason, we're shaking his head right there. That's kind of, hey, let's go. Shaking the cobwebs, trying to lock in.
Fastball, late for it, and Ryan Braun doesn't know where the ball is, and it falls in front of him. He could not find it in the twilight, and the Nationals get a gift, a 1-out hit.
Yeah, you look at the sky tonight, it's a little bit different here at Nats Park. Yeah, this is a time of night in any ballpark where when you're an outfielder, you're praying they don't hit it to you. Jason Worth with the bat flip in frustration. You see Ryan Braun from the get-go with his hands out to his side. He doesn't know where it is. So a thank you very much base hit for Jason Worth.
Yeah, too late by the time he saw it. Yeah, twilight comes a little earlier now. Day's getting shorter. And here's Anthony Rendon. Bouncing ball to short first time. Harper next. Could turn out to be a big play. So on the outside edge, that one.
Kind of been living out there, hasn't he?
Yeah, as long as he's getting that edge from the umpire.
He's going outside. Fastball outside, expanding with the slider off of that. Occasional curveball here and there.
Crowd waiting to get excited about some offense here. You know, with Bryce coming up, the best way to keep a team from moving infielders all over the place, like they shifted on Bryce first time, is to have guys on base. That makes defenses honest, opens up holes. So big for the Nats that Worth got aboard here. A lot of hitting room right side against a pitcher living on the outside edge. Target inner half. Rendon lays off. 2 balls, 1 strike. (2-4-0) Milwaukee, 1-2-0 Washington. Rendon to right, well out of play. I'll tell you, when this guy gets locked in, somebody's going to pay. I don't think we've ever seen Anthony have timing issues like he is right now, but
Well, he's just a little late with his stride, and that's causing him to kind of get underneath the baseball to create some space, maybe closing himself off a little bit with his stride. And maybe the best thing that can happen is him hitting with 2 strikes, because this is where he really puts his foot down early and chokes up and tries to put the ball in play.
Worth on the move, pitches low, and Worth is out at second base. Looked like he had a pretty good jump, and Jonathan Lucroy threw a bullet right on the bag.
Well, check out the jump from Jason Worth. Not a bad one at all.
They got him.
And did he tag him? I guess he got him on the foot, right? Maybe looking at it right now if he didn't.
And then a ball hammered to center by Rendon, but Santana there. So it turns into a 3-batter inning for Jimmy Nelson, who leads now 2-1, middle innings coming up. Gio has to hold him. Domingo Santana leads off top of the 4th for Milwaukee. He was part of the Carlos Gomez deal with Houston on July 30th. Hit .256 for the Astros in 14 games. And that's a cue shot, first base side for Robinson. But a guy who hits for a lot of power. And between innings, as we do here at the ballpark every day, it's our Navy Federal Credit Union Troop Recognition, proudly serving the armed forces and their families for over 80 years. Navy Federal Credit Union. Trey Turner.
First time he's seen that.
Here's Hernan Perez, the third baseman. Well, no more twilight time for outfielders now. Lights taking pretty much full effect here. Just after 8 o'clock, about 11 minutes after the hour. Gio's had a good changeup tonight. That's 83, and Perez missing it by a mile. In on the hands of the right-hander there.
Gio flew back before the ball club.
Up the middle, he couldn't get it. Ball got slowed down. Desmond, bare hand. We saw him almost catch a fly ball in Colorado with his bare hand. And that goes, it appears, 1-6-3 on a brilliant play by the Nats shortstop.
Well, Gio Gonzalez, I think, slows this down. And then Ian Desmond comes charging hard with a do-or-die play, and he does. Bare hand play, sidearm flip, right on the money. I mean, really the only opportunity he had was to use the bare hand. He may have played like that in Colorado the other night. He's playing real good at shortstop. Trey Turner thinking, okay, is this what big league shortstops do every night?
1-0 pitch. Fastball up to Elian Herrera, the second baseman. Short hop, bare hand, strong throw. Not to mention the range that got him there.
And the redirect, too, once it got slowed down.
Yeah. .3-0 to the number 8 hitter. And after getting help from his defense, Gio goes 4 in a row to Elian Herrera, and that gives the Brewers a chance to turn over the lineup.
Dollar Ice Cream, presented by Good Humor, returns on Wednesday, August 26th. Nats take on the San Diego Padres, 7:05 start. Dollar Ice Cream novelties will be available for purchase at selected Nats dog stands until the start of the 6th inning while supplies last. Spelling, grammar, all good right there. I like the gray hats.
Very nice. Right side. That's going to sneak into the outfield, and Danny Espinosa can't corral it. And that's the pitcher getting a base hit, which really hurt the Nats last night. And now Milwaukee will send up Gene Segura in a suddenly dangerous situation.
Oh, good effort by Espinosa. You know, pitchers are going to get hits. It's the 2-out walk to the 8th hitter that's probably really bugging Gio Gonzalez right now.
Segura, 1 for 2 with a steal and a run. He's driven in 35. He takes a home run swing on a big curveball. Gene Segura still only 25 years of age. Third full year in the big leagues. Time given.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, look forward to Miller Time later in tonight's game. It's brought to you by Miller Lite. Maybe we'll show you that play again by Ian Desmond.
92. Low in the zone, a beauty. No balls, 2 strikes.
Strike stolen. Check this box right here. Watch Jose Lobaton steal this one. Beep. Thanks for coming. Strike.
Nissan on the pitch track. That walks in to cost Gio a lot of pitches in this inning. 2-1 Milwaukee, top of the 4th. And Segura, swing and a miss on 79. So Gio will walk, but he strikes his way out of it. And Bryce Harper leads off in a moment. and brought out the boombox. So, okay, Mr. Pop Culture, what are we seeing here?
They're doing the whip and they're doing the nay-nay. And this was fantastic. Maybe the best President's Race of the year because they were getting their groove on. And then Teddy just stopped dancing and made a beeline for the finish line. But this place just went nuts with that. Great routine, great race, nicely done. Watch me whip, Bob. Watch me nay-nay.
How did I not know that? Honda Dua, bottom of the fourth inning. It's 3-4-5 for the Nats. So an important sequence here. Harper against Milwaukee. Hitting the ball all over the place. Danny Espinosa. Good swings lately. Clint Robinson. He's done well against Milwaukee.
You can watch me duff too if you want.
Who wouldn't want to see that? With nobody on, obviously, against a leadoff hitter, the Brewers able to shift against Harper. He had a ground ball to the second baseman, Herrera, first time up. A lot of room left center and obviously on the left side of the infield. Counts 1-1 from Jimmy Nelson.
Jimmy Nelson wanted that pitch. Tell you what, Bryce Harper's got that reputation now. If he doesn't swing, it ain't a strike. He's shown the league, he's shown the umpires that he knows the strike zone is good or better than anybody.
89 walks. Out ahead of that one. Bryce first in on base percentage because of the walks and the hits at .456. Joey Votto 94 walks. Paul Goldschmidt 92. Harper 89.
And consequently, as a hitter, when you get to this time of year, if you're a guy that chases pitches out of the zone, and then you look back at an umpire when you take a close one, their thought process is like, dude, you've shown me that you don't know the strike zone because you swing at everything, and now you're going to argue a borderline pitch. But when you've established the fact that you swing at strikes and take balls as much as Bryce Harper has, and trust me, Joe West will look at a scoreboard and see what your numbers are too. That doesn't hurt either.
One-two pitch. You've seen 96 and 97 on the last two pitches. Once it got to two strikes, Hernan Perez, their third baseman, started playing about 85 feet off the third base line. Obviously no bunt, but if Bryce gets around a little late on one, he's got himself a double. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hits around on that one and look out.
Did you hear Bryce Harper grunt right there at contact?
I've heard that a few times lately.
Maybe we can hear it again. Let's listen. Ball was pounded.
Mercedes-Benz on the entire at bat here. Up and away, ball 2.
So he hit the slider a mile foul. What is he looking at after that? A couple of fastballs up. What does Jimmy Nelson throw Bryce Harper here, 3-2? Going with the fastball, sinker away.
And he gets him. Quite a pitch by Jimmy Nelson. Bryce Harper 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout number 3 by the Milwaukee starter. Denny Espinosa in the ball game because of what happened to Yunel Escobar, top of the first.
A long way for a foul ball, and then face planted right into a fan's chest. And his next snap back, Lee Kuntz, head trainer, came out. Matt Williams, they took a look at him. He was showing him where it hurt in the back of his neck, and he just shut it down. That's it. Not taking any chances with the neck area.
Danny Espinosa struck out swinging first time. That'll be on the outside edge. That's fastball right in there. And a 3-pitch strikeout for Jimmy Nelson, his 4th. Next 5 ball games, and they're all at home. The Nats tomorrow, another 7 o'clock game. That'll be Joe Ross against Taylor Jungmann. And then Sunday, Jordan Zimmerman and Matt Garza. Veteran matchup, an off day Monday. Then the Padres are in for 3. So that's the next 5. And then a week from tonight, the Miami Marlins. Then it's off to St. Louis for just 3 games, and the Braves in for 4, and the Mets for 3. New York about 15 minutes away from getting started out in Colorado. By the way, that's Taylor Jungmann tomorrow. And Joe Ross will try to repeat what he did first time around against Milwaukee.
Get a good fastball, let it rip right here. Or a curveball, that's what they're throwing.
2-1 pitch. Off speed. He's throwing just about everything for strikes here.
Yeah, 2-1 curveball right here from Jimmy Nelson. Good frame by Lucroy. Keeping him off balance.
Robinson trying to keep the inning alive for Ian Desmond. Big shift on here. He started, looked like he stopped. DJ Rayburn says he did. Count goes full. Flynn has drawn his share of walks this year. 26 while striking out just 34 times. On a play to the left side. Looks like he held again. Clint Robinson putting some good at-bats together lately. He's aboard with 2 outs.
You mean lately, meaning the 2015 season? Absolutely.
Yeah, lately it's been the walks. But he's been good, having good ABs, you're right, all year.
And Desmond with a good AB his first time up. 3-2 curveball, he took it, stole second base, scored on the Jose Lobaton single, and that's the Nats run.
Nats have already manufactured 1 run with 2 outs in this game.
Now, my favorite baseball sayings is find a way. And when you talk about the travel day they had, the tough loss in Colorado last night, getting in at 6 in the morning, nobody cares, really. I mean, we all know it's tough. If you've done it before as a baseball player, you know it's tough, but nobody cares. And this is one of those games in a pennant race late, you got to find a way. However it is, dig down deep, drink 20 cups of coffee, find a way.
Desmond finds a way into left field. Solidly hit. He's on for the 2nd time. And a big chance for now for Jose Lobaton, who's already driven in 1.
Well, doing so nice a job of staying back on the off-speed stuff. And if that ball has any elevation, it's 3-2 Nats, because you can't hit a ground ball any harder than he and Desmond just did.
Lobaton dropped a flare over the reach of Gene Segura first time.
You know, about the weirdest thing I've seen all day today, and I've seen some weird things. Jimmy Rollins and Chase Utley in Dodger uniform. There's pictures all over the internet. They're teaming up tonight. It just looks strange.
Yeah, Utley, not a big season, but the last couple of weeks for the Phillies, he was gearing things up. I know there's the luxury tax thing and all that in baseball. Somebody did some adding up the other day, and players on the Dodgers and players no longer on the Dodgers, they're committed to $400 million or so this year. I mean, that's unbelievable. That makes the Yankees blush. 1-1 pitch. Ball 2.
I mean, it's incredible.
That's a figure not far away from what some franchises have been purchased for. Outside, 3-1.
When you start getting up to those numbers, my brain shuts off. I don't know. My brain just sees lots. That's all it sees. It's just crazy. Trying to get a fastball right here to drive. You could just tell by his takes he's on time and seeing Jimmy Nelson well. Looking for a good pitch, do some damage.
3-1, and he goes out to left center with it. Ball hanging up. And coming in to grab it, Chris Davis. So the Nats will strand a couple. They've left 3. Offense quiet. 2-1 Brewers.
MLB.com app, the #1 app for live baseball. App is up to the moment at any moment with in-game highlights, live look-ins, replay reviews, radio broadcasts, StatCasts, and more. Get MLB.com app for your smartphone or tablet.
Top of the 5th inning. Ryan Braun will be following Jonathan Lucroy. Then Adam Lind here, so a tough 2-3-4 combination for Gio Gonzalez. 68th pitch, 43 strikes. And Lucroy's been tough on Gio twice. Base it up the middle, 1st inning. And that double that went whistling over Jason Worth's glove for an RBI in the 3rd. Now this one off Gio's leg, and he's feeling that one. Lucroy 3 for 3, and Gio Gonzalez is acting like he's hurt.
Well, that had an awful sound. And did it get his leg or his foot? Where's he pointing to? His ankle? If that didn't get his shoe, that sound was just wow. Let's listen to it.
Wow.
Yeah, left ankle, right?
Yep. Gio has now thrown 1 pitch, and he landed okay, pushed off okay. Lee Kuntz is satisfied, as is Matt Williams, and Steve McCaddy alongside as well.
Well, it's not his landing foot. His landing foot's his right foot, so maybe that's the reason he's still in the game. That thing's going to get tight. It's going to be about, well, it's going to be more colors in that sunset we showed you tomorrow.
Ryan Braun 0 for 1 with a sac fly. Serves one to right. Here comes Harper. Rice right there to grab it. This Milwaukee offense can throw some bats at you. 2 through 5. Lucroy, Braun, Lind, and Davis. So Adam Lind is next. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a base on balls.
Had some good rips at Gio's fastball last time up. Threw him a 3-2 curve and missed for ball 4. See if they lean on that curveball again here.
Jose Lobaton setting up way out on the edge. Had to reach back a little bit for that one. Over the plate, strike 1.
Change up right there at 90. Maybe a 2-seam fastball. Took a little off.
Nelson's at 82 pitches through 4. Gio, 5th inning. Better pitch count. That one fouled off to the left side. So he's at 73. Lind had a season with Toronto back in 09 when he had 35 homers, drove in 114. First year with Milwaukee. From one dome to another, hits that ball pretty well. Jason Worth can't get it. Hits at the base of the wall, and the Brewers will have runners at 2nd and 3rd. That ball hit about 365 the other way.
Well, he never really left the fastball. What do I mean by that? Well, in a 2-strike count, maybe as a left-handed hitter in your Adam Lynn, you're thinking about a curveball, especially since he just fouled the fastball straight back. But he stayed on the fastball, was ready for the fastball, and drove it hard the other way.
Now another tough hitter in Chris Davis.
2 strikes as a hitter, generally speaking, you have to respect a mid-90s fastball, so you really can't sit on a curveball. But if it's in the back of your head a little bit, it'll cause you to be late sometimes. Lynn wasn't late at all right there.
Infield in. 2-1 ball game, 5th inning. Runs hard to come by, so the Nats trying to keep Milwaukee from adding on here. Davis tied for the league and major league lead in RBIs in the month of August with 19. Ground ball to short, swinging strikeout. Gio ahead here. And that's 92, fouled off to the right side.
I'm watching Lucroy's lead at third base, trying to decide whether the Brewers are going contact play or not. Based on the way he's breaking on the pitch, I don't think they are. And if they are, the Nats infield definitely has a chance to throw him out the plate.
That ball hit hard out to center. Thing looks like it might have been knuckling. Taylor throws it home, but it's offline. And the Brewers lead 3-1. Lucroy able to get back to tag Davis, his 42nd RBI.
Well, that was a knuckleball for Michael Taylor. So, job number one is make the play. And when you're going this fast and the ball's knuckling all over the place, look at that ball just kind of go left then right. So now you got to make the play on the run, and you don't have time to set yourself and make a good throw. So a great play by Michael Taylor just to make this catch, a good read. And if you throw him out here, it's just a big-time bonus. Really no chance at all.
Lean stayed at second base. Big swing and a miss by Domingo Santana. Line drive to second, bouncing ball to first. And the changeup gets him to 0-2. Santana, big power hitter in the minor leagues. He hit 16 at AAA Fresno for Houston this year. And then they traded him to Milwaukee in the Carlos Gomez deal. Originally drafted by the Phillies, part of the Hunter Pence trade from Philly to Houston. 0-2 pitch. A little low. And that curveball just stayed outside.
It's time for your T-Mobile fan photo. Your Data Strong fan photo of the game. Good looking crew, except for the big hairy bird on the right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're just not as tall as him.
Definitely not related. Other three really good looking.
Low and inside.
The bird.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Oh yeah, that card says tweet yourself. So did Screech do that?
Maybe.
Off to the right side.
I think Eagles Screech. That's how he got his name, Screech. They don't tweet. But
so he's on Screecher.
Yeah.
Well, every 90 feet, every base hit, kind of a dagger when your ball club's having a quiet offensive night. Gio and Lobaton trying to team up for whatever they can do to keep this a 3-1 game. Nats have been stopped on 3 hits so far. Payout pitch to Santana. There's a rocket to the left field corner, and it hits right at the top of the wall. That's a home run. DJ Rayburn, the third base umpire, calling it a homer. This is a young man who hit nearly 100 home runs in the minor leagues, and now Milwaukee's on top 5-1.
Well, they talked it over. They decided on the fastball in. It looked like Domingo Santana was sitting on the fastball in. Watch the bat speed and a laser beam out of here. The 9th pitch of the at-bat goes his way. And we were told he has some big-time pop, and we just saw it firsthand.
Yes, sir. 6'5", 225 or so.
Just in the flowers, right?
Yeah, definitely above the wall. Hit the bottom of that back rail. That's his 3rd big league homer. And he homers in his Milwaukee debut tonight.
You're on TV. That ball just landed by you.
Gio Gonzalez has always done a good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. That's only the 6th home run he's given up all year. Lowest total for a Nats pitcher through 22 starts in the ball club's history. Doug Fister getting ready. I mean, this could do it for Gio because he's due to bat second in the bottom of this inning. And with 2 outs, Ian Desmond to his left, and he throws out Hernan Perez. Milwaukee single, double, sac fly, homer, and they pick up 3. We saw one last night. 493 in Colorado. Some true sluggers on that list. Michael A. Taylor's gone deeper than any. this ball high in the air, out of play right side.
Well, let's look at it again. 493 feet of awesomeness. Tied the game up, too. Don't forget that. See Jason Worth on the bench off his feet. Look where this hits.
Wow.
I mean, I really broke that replay down by saying wow about 8 times because that's all I could really think of when you see a ball hit that far. I remember Piazza hitting one up there way back in the day. About the same spot, but up on the concourse. And they said that was the 3rd longest one in Coors Field history. But that was before StatCast. That's when they were just guessing, kind of.
Taylor and then Scherzer as Max comes out on deck for Gio Gonzalez because the Nats are playing with a short bench and it's only the 5th inning. Trey Turner, Ryan Zimmerman, the only available position players. And then Wilson Ramos, and you would never pinch hit him at this stage of the game. So Gio's going to go 5 innings on 91 pitches. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Taylor, who struck out first time up. Front door breaking ball stays inside. Fastball takes one deep to left center. Way up in the air, and it comes down right in that triangle out there. Caught by Chris Davis.
That one sure fooled me. I thought that was in the bullpen and maybe in the stands. And maybe it's the fact that we just showed you Michael Taylor's home run, but that's the same swing. It had the sound, too. And you're thinking, okay, 5-2 ball game, here they come. Ball just kind of dies out there right in that triangle as you described it.
Well, Taylor not far off his 12th of the year. Max Scherzer now the pinch hitter. Scherzer's first pinch hit appearance of the year. 2 other pitchers have done it. Doug Fister's 1 for 2. And Joe Ross is 0 for 1. Scherzer on the year does have 10 hits.
This is a dream come true for the guy in the batter's box right now. He's been begging for this all year, right?
No balls, 1 strike. That's a nasty breaking ball, and it's just lying to Adam Lean for the 2nd out. Two outs.
Wasn't it in Milwaukee where Dan did that report that he went into Matt Williams' office and put his numbers on his desk and said, I own this guy, you got to pinch hit me today?
If anybody would have numbers at his disposal, it would be Max Scherzer.
Not a bad at-bat. Text Worth to 29292 for your chance to win a Game 4 Jason Worth bobblehead. Commemorate a great moment in Nats history with this 10-year anniversary souvenir. Available to the first 25,000 fans at Nats Park on August 30th. Visit masson.me/walkoffworth. Ooh, you say that 10 times. For more information.
Top of the order, Jason Worth. Fly ball to right field last time that Ryan Braun lost in the twilight. And the count to 0-2 here with 2 outs. Jonathan Lucroy kind of flexing his left thumb on that one. Joe West putting his gear back together. In Colorado, Mets got a run in the first. Fastball away. Worth takes it to the other side. Elian Herrera. The Nats go 1-2-3. Bats are quiet. 5-1 Milwaukee. This one into the top of the 6th inning now. And leading off for Milwaukee, the number 8 hitter, Elian Herrera. He's 0 for 1 with a pop-up and a base on balls. Doug Fister working out of the bullpen now. The Nats looking for a couple of hold-em innings out of him. That's going to drop into left field. The Milwaukee Brewers have now out-hit the Nats 9-3.
18th appearance for Doug. ERA at 4.45. Opponents hitting 300.
So Gio Gonzalez, and there's a good bunt, really good bunt. Fister to Espinoza, sacrifice good. Gio gave up 5 runs, 4 earned on 8 hits in 5 innings, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Brewers box. Contributions all up and down the lineup. The only offers, Braun, who has a sac fly, and Chris Davis, who has driven in a run with a line drive to center. So they're getting production up and down their lineup tonight. Top of the order, here's Gene Segura. He's 1 for 3. He goes up swinging. Bouncing ball by Fister. Espinoza quick with the hands. 2 outs. Jonathan Lucroy, he'll be facing Doug Fister for the first time. 3 for 3 tonight. 2 singles, a double, and RBI. He has scored 2 runs.
Well, big out right here. You want to keep it in 1 swing range to tie a ball game up. Slam range, so.
The Rockies just got to Bartolo Colon for a first inning run. So it's 1-1 out of Coors Field. Carlos Gonzalez is 29th of the year.
It's getting to the point where it's irrelevant what's going on with the Mets. You have to take care of your own business. Yeah, you and I, Carp, we love watching the scores, and we actually were watching part of the game last night from Colorado, or 2 nights ago. But the business that has to be taken care of is right in front of you. You start looking at the Mets when you're tied with them or whatever, if you get to that point. But right now, you have to take care of your business, and everybody else is irrelevant.
Ian Desmond over to first, and the top of the 6th is over. And Doug Fister puts a 0 on the board. Rendon, Harper, and Escobar coming up.
By Cox. Get your sports advice on any device with Cox. From the bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1 Brewers. You know, Escobar left the game in the first inning. Something going on with his neck as he went into the stands for a foul pop-up. Jonathan Lucroy saw Gio Gonzalez well. Ian Desmond having a good game.
Anthony Rendon, a ground ball to short, fly ball to center. Jimmy Nelson may be good for another inning. Unless he has a really fast one here, he could go farther. But he's at 93 pitches. And it's the leadoff man, bottom of the 6th inning. He's been good. Walked Desmond with 2 outs in the 2nd, the steal, and then the flare by Lobaton. And that's been it. Worth's bloop fell in the twilight. And the one really well hit base hit tonight, Ian Desmond's 4th inning single. That ball right to Herrera at second base. Nats coming home, big crowd, and they're just dying to get up out of their seats. Harper and Espinoza now, the next two.
DC Lexus dealers are donating $250 to Children's National Health System for every home run a Nats player hits this season, so keep them coming. It's for a wonderful cause. Lexus, the pursuit of perfection.
He has set down Harper twice. Ground ball to second. Swinging strikeout. Shift is on. And Harper jacks one to the scoreboard. See you later. Number 31.
That's something to cheer about.
RBI number 74.
Boy, when he hits them, they stay hit, don't they? I mean, that looked from where we're sitting like a line drive in the gap, and it just had so much backspin created by his top hand. It just kept going and going and going for home run number 31, and what a swing.
Danny Espinoza did not get a first pitch fastball after the home run like he thought he was. So Bryce Harper, 59th extra base hit, homer number 31. 26 more RBIs for 100, and there are 7 weeks left in the season.
I'll tell you what, Carb, I sat next to Bryce on the plane last night for a long time, and we talked hitting and just his thought process when he goes up to the plate. And he is such an intelligent young man with a game plan every time he goes up there, and what he's looking for, what he's sitting on, the way he's seeing the ball so big and swinging at strikes and taking balls, and just how he thinks at the plate. He's 22 years old. By the time he's 25, 26, he's going to be one of the best players in baseball, if not already. But what I'm getting to is one of the smartest players in baseball. He's not just up there brain dead hacking. He has a plan every single time he goes up. He sits on pitches, he looks for pitches, and right now he's talking about how he threw that top hand. And we were talking hitting, and he told me it's all about the top hand, just dropping that top hand like he has a sledgehammer in his hand, creating backspin to get that travel on the baseball. It was one of the most fascinating conversations I've had about hitting in a long time. And he gets it. He knows what he's doing when he's up at the plate. It's not just raw talent. This year it's talent and ability meeting each other, and he's only 22 years old.
Well, it's unbelievable what he's doing. He's the one guy on this ball club who just seems to produce something every single game.
Yeah, he grinds every at-bat.
Two pitch.
Doesn't give any away.
I think he's only had 4 hitless games in over a month now.
It's all about the top hand. Watch his left hand and how he gets on top of the baseball like he's going to punch somebody with his left hand. And that creates the backspin right there. Look at the left hand kind of coming over the top. Now you got the backspin. And if you don't have that top hand creating that backspin, that ball gets into the gap for a double versus staying in the air with that backspin and traveling further for a home run.
Impressive. Bryce has 86 career home runs now. Neil Kotz is the lefty, Corey Nebel the righty. And because you got a pitcher at over 100 pitches now. 3-2 to Espinoza. And Danny hits one hard. That's going to get into the gap. Ryan Braun, a good backhand stop to keep Danny Espinoza. Then a great throw to a single. 2 really well-hit balls in a row.
And you know, when you're dragging as a player and you're getting into the dog days and you have a tough road trip and a tough travel day, how do you find a way? You get your home crowd into it. You find a way to get your crowd into it. It energizes you as a player. And right there, Bryce Harper woke up this crowd that really didn't have anything to cheer for tonight. And now as a player, you feed off that, and that's where you get your adrenaline from on tough days like this. Great swing by Espinoza.
5 1/3, and Nelson is done. This call to the bullpen packaged by the UPS store. Your one-stop shop for all your small business needs. Let us handle your mailbox service needs. We love logistics. Presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. Well, Bryce Harper generating something. Danny Espinoza getting a base hit. Ryan Zimmerman will bat against the left-hander Neil Kotz as Craig Counsell makes his move and Matt Williams makes the counter move.
And Kotz, fastball 90, slider 83. He'll cut the fastball at 86, so there's 3 pitches. Oh, it's hitting 240 against the Brewers left-hander.
Ryan Zimmerman, of course, was on the DL when the Nats faced Milwaukee, so he had not faced Nelson, but he faces Kotz here, and that's a breaking ball that stays low and outside. In fact, Ryan Zimmerman faces Neil Kotz for the first time. Somehow they've avoided each other. And he's hit lefties extremely well. Runner at first, 1 out. The left-hander had Danny Espinoza retreating back to the bag a bit.
The most fascinating thing that Bryce told me last night, and the most refreshing thing, is he doesn't watch video and he doesn't want to know anything about the pitchers he's facing. Just go up there and see ball, hit ball, have a game plan of what you want to do, but not get too deep into watching video of what they've done to him in the past or what they've done to other hitters.
Espinoza with a fantastic jump. So after that previous pitch when he was actually going backwards, he got a good read on Neil Kotz, and this was an easy swipe.
Well, maybe he set him up by going backwards a few times and picked something up in the meantime. Tony Tarasco doing his work coaching first base. They got something, and a good jump and a big stolen base. Little momentum shift after the Bryce Harper tater. You can feel it.
Nats are 17 of their last 18 stealing bases. 3-1 to Zimmerman. Ryan had a big cut. Ian Desmond on that. This could be the only batter that Cox faces. He was brought in to face Clint Robinson. And Matt Williams went with Ryan.
Well, we're going to see Trey Turner tonight. It's official. And you look at who's left on the Nats bench.
Payoff pitch with 1 out. And Ryan Zimmerman takes a 91 fastball that strikes him out looking. Nissan will track.
Well, pretty good pitch if this is indeed a strike. Yeah, right on the corner. Kotz buries the fastball down and in on Ryan Zimmerman for a big second out here in the 6th inning.
So Craig Counsell will make his move to the right-hander Corey Knebel. Kotz didn't face a lefty, but he still got his job done. Desmond next.
Game of the homestand. We're going to check out some of the Ian Desmond highlight reel. Walked his first time up, then stole second base. His 11th of the year. Then on a comebacker to Gio Gonzalez that ricocheted off his body, goes with the bare hand play. Great play on the run. And then last time up with the 4th, a base hit. So he's walked, stole a base, scored a run, singled, and made a nice play at shortstop, trying to keep it going.
Long way to go in this ball game, and the Nats are now 2 pitchers deep into the Milwaukee bullpen. This is 23-year-old Corey Knebel. And on the year, 33 appearances, 3.28 ERA, 40 strikeouts in 36 innings. The leagues are hitting .224 against him.
Yeah, fastball 95, curveball 81.
Eddie Espinosa second base now with 1 out after the steal. And that curveball stays way upstairs. Ian Desmond facing Corey Knebel for the first time.
See, when you're facing a 2-pitch guy and he flips in a 0-0 curveball and it misses by that much, forget about it now. You're all dead red 1-0 here. If he throws you another one, at least you're not thinking that as a hitter. You're all about the fastball right here, 1-0. Threw him another one.
guess he felt like he could bury one, maybe get Desmond to bite. So the count's even 1-1. Fastball sails high, 2-1.
We get them giveaway hats on backwards here pretty soon, don't we?
Bryce Harper changed the atmosphere in this ballpark with that home run. Big run sitting out at second with 2 outs now. That is a 97 heater. Joe West gave him the call, thought about it for a moment.
And Desmond didn't like it. You could hear as much in his reaction after the pitch.
Tried to trick him with a breaking ball. That ball was sitting up.
Well, that was a pretty good swing, too. He was on it. And a little frustration in that swing.
(5-2) Milwaukee. Nats putting 2 hits together in an inning for the first time here. And Desmond can't reach the high sailing fastball. So Zimmerman and Desmond strike out. Bryce Harper gets the Nats on the board with a solo home run, his 31st. So it's on to the 7th inning. Battle of the bullpens the rest of the way in a 5-2 game. Seventh inning, Doug Fister, first pitch to Ryan Braun, up and in. Ryan Zimmerman stays in, plays first base. Ball 2. Fister 8 pitches, 6 strikes in a scoreless 6th inning. And the fastball misses off the plate, ball 3.
The patented hold your hand up and ask for time every time you get in the box by Ryan Braun. The Nats have had success against him going in with the fastball. He's a guy that likes to get extended. He's got pop left center to right center.
3-2. Fastball is up. And Brewers have their leadoff guy on here in the 7th inning.
Top of the zone on pitch track, didn't get the call.
Yeah, not many umpires call that, do they? Up there. I think over the years, even though the strike zone's supposed to be the same, this is a guy who's been in the big leagues for 34.5 years, Joe West, and a lot of them have more of a horizontal than a vertical strike zone. So here's Adam Lean. He's had a good night. 1 for 2 with a double, a run, and a base on balls.
Pfister with pretty good success career against Lynn.
He hacks one into right field. Bryce Harper charging. And the Brewers have first and second. Nobody out. They've been able to answer the Nats scoring tonight. They're trying to do it here in the 7th.
Lynn hit that off the end of the bat. But the reason he threw that over the infield was elevated. If that pitch is down, it's a double play. It's exactly what Jose Lobaton and Doug Pfister were thinking about when they called that pitch.
That is a busted bat for Chris Davis.
Ball is not carrying to right field tonight.
Well, the Mets just dropped a 6th spot on the Rockies. Top of the 2nd, 7-1. Cespedes a slam. And they're into the Colorado bullpen. The Rockies just scored 7-2. Shall we say long from over in that one?
Sure.
That ball cranked into left by Davis. They will hold Braun at third, and the bases are loaded with nobody out. Next up, Domingo Santana, who hit that laser of a home run left field last time up.
Steve McCaddy to the phone, action in the bullpen. You have to stop the bleeding right here. You just have to find a way to minimize the damage. You can't let it get away anymore.
Santana just turned 23 on August the 3rd. You never know how a guy's career is going to turn out, but it appears for Houston that was one of those give up a really good young player to get a guy like Carlos Gomez. And there's Tanner Roark. Dangerous count, 2-0. And the rookie was taking all the way. Takes another strike.
Good
2-2.
pitch. He got that fastball right where he wanted it, down and in. Thinking about a ground ball to third base or jamming him. See if he goes back in there.
Nowhere to put him. Third base Braun led off the inning with a walk. Adam Lind base hit to right field. Chris Davis hit one hard to left. 3-2 with nobody out. And he got it under the bat, tailing into the right-hander. And a huge strikeout for Doug Fister.
Well, that pitch was based on the second strike we showed you again. The two-seam fastball down and in. There's no way Santana could take that pitch because he already saw that first strike. This one actually runs out of the strike zone underneath his bat. Good sink, good pitch, big out. Still got work to do.
Hernan Perez. Oh, they're going to bat Scooter Gennett for him. Go lefty righty. Craig Counsell pulling a lot of levers here, trying to at least put this game away in his mind in the seventh inning.
Well, Gennett, a guy that can fly. He's got above average speed, so if you're thinking about a ground ball double play, it's got to be right at somebody. Maybe that's why Craig Counsell put him in here. Contact guy all the way.
Fister ahead. And Gennett off to the left. Now it's 0-2. Bounces one on a breaking ball, and Jose Lobaton just had to try to get behind that thing.
Well, that's the way you block a breaking ball with the runner on third base. Watch Jose Lobaton slide over, get his chest and his body in front of it, and keep the ball right at home plate. That's textbook. The way he did that is how you do it. Called the curveball, anticipated it in the dirt, and got his body in front of it. Nice play.
Then trying to duck from that pitch, it hit the bat. And the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes still. 5-2 Milwaukee, top of the 7th inning. And a battle for Doug Fister to keep that score. And Gennett, right off the hands.
Well, Gennett, a tough guy to walk. He's only got 9 walks and 253 at-bats, but he only has 48 strikeouts as well, so he's a guy that puts the ball in play. Tough guy to strike out. Doug Fister looking for that strikeout right here.
.253 at bats this year, 48 strikeouts, 9 walks, hitting .257, 2 for 8 as a pinch hitter. That's up and in, ball 2. The entire at bat from Mercedes-Benz. I mean, this one's been all over. That pitch number 3 is the one that Lobaton blocked so well. And the 2-2, and Scooter Gennett just hangs in there.
You know, I'm trying to think where Doug Fister goes right now for strike 3. And last year he used to run that fastball back, throw it right out of lefty and run it back, and you'd see their hands up in the air, and it would be strike 3, that Greg Maddux comeback fastball.
Here comes pitch number 9.
And I think that pitch plays here if you can execute it.
Jeanette up the middle. Fister deflects it, and everybody is safe. It's a 6-2 game. Nothing Ian Desmond could do but pick up the ball and hold on.
And Doug Fister, one of the better fielding pitchers in all of baseball, gets a one-hopper right there. Had a little mustard on it, however. Couldn't make the play, and once it gets past him, it's a base hit. And an RBI, and a pretty good at-bat by Scooter Gennett. Double switch coming, and here comes Trey Turner at shortstop.
Oh, Ian Desmond coming out of the ballgame. He was the last man to bat in the 6th inning. And Trey Turner steps onto the field to make his major league debut. And Doug Fister on the double switch coming out. It's all Milwaukee right now. The Nats have to put out this fire.
And Desmond, so Turner coming out, Desmond coming off. Says, okay, we're double switching. I get it. Bench is short tonight. Watch this. Trey Turner get a standing ovation, and Ian Desmond wishing him luck on the way out. That's
class.
Pro all the way, folks. Pro. Smile on his face, warming up. He's ready. All right. The PNC Minor League Report in real life. Here we go. I love it.
He was ready, and they called him up.
Yep.
34 pitches, 22 strikes for Doug Fister. Here's Tanner Roark, and he'll face Elian Herrera for the first time. Bases still loaded, 1 out. Roark breaking ball, base hit. The line's moving for Milwaukee, and now it's 7-2. Four hits and a walk in the inning. And now, left-handed hitting first baseman Shane Peterson will bat for Knebel, who came in to strike out Ian Desmond. Peterson as a pinch hitter, he's been good. 7 for 20, 3 RBIs. 27-year-old outfielder. out of Long Beach State. He was on the field chatting with Danny Espinosa earlier. A couple of Long Beach State alums. A lot of them in the big leagues. Originally drafted by St. Louis, traded in part for Matt Holliday. And then the Brewers picked him up on waivers from the Cubs last December. Two 2-1 from Tanner Roark. Good fastball, unreachable. Peterson 0 for 3 against Tanner with a run batted in career.
You know the ball finds you when you come into a game, right?
I like the way you called it before it happens. We usually wait. It was going the other way.
It's like a rocket through the minor league system, huh?
Unbelievable.
Proved
Be batting third in the bottom of the 7th.
Proved he was better than the level at every level.
This ball slicing into the seats, left field way. Williams will use Trey around the field.
I'm excited to see him play. I want to see him run, like I said earlier.
Two-two pitch with one out. Late swing.
It's catcher's interference.
Yeah, that was the mitt of Lobaton that came flying off, made contact with the bat. That's interference, E2. And it's 8-2.
Well, something you don't see every day. And it was just a weird swing by Peterson. I don't think Jose Lobaton did anything different than he usually does, but watch Peterson kind of cast the bat backwards toward Lobaton and really caused that whole thing. It's no at bat for the hitter and an error on the catcher. It's just like a walk.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball to Gene Segura. Segura 1 for 4. That's how this game's gone for the Milwaukee offense. 7th inning. Their leadoff man is batting for the 5th time. They've out-hit the Nats 13-5. By the way, that's Jose Lobaton's first error of the year. A very odd play.
Very odd swing.
And a ball down the right field line, playable for Bryce Harper. The runner at third is Scooter Gennett. Here he comes. Bryce, a rocket home. Too late. Caroms around. Here comes another run and safe. It'll be 2 runs on a sacrifice fly, and they'll probably attach an error on Bryce Harper for the second run unless they give it to Lobaton for fanning on the ball.
Well, Bryce Harper's absorbed some tough errors on throws this year. This is a pretty good one. And it just kind of took off on Jose Lobaton. And then it just gets all kinds of weird, just like this game has gotten all kinds of weird and all kinds of ugly.
Ninth man to bat in the inning, Jonathan Lucroy. He's 1 for 6 career against Tanner Roark. So right now, 4 runs charged to Doug Fister. And a half swing over to Ryan Zimmerman. And the inning is over. 9 batters. 5-run score for Milwaukee. And the Nats are in a deep hole. Hyundai 7th inning stretch. The guys and the fans looking forward to the return home. Not going well right now. Ten to 2. This is not at all what everybody had scripted for the return home for all these games. So it's a deep hole, 7th inning stretch. The Nats have 9 outs with which to work. All they can do is try to string together some at bats. Here's a former starter and now in the bullpen for his last 4 outings or so, and that's the veteran Kyle Loesch. 36 years of age. At times a very effective starter in his career with over 140 big league wins. Strike one, Jose Lobaton, bottom of the 7th underway. Brewers have made a bunch of changes. We'll try to get caught up on all of them.
Yeah, Loesch, fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball averaged 89 miles an hour. Lots of sliders 28% of the time. Lots of changeups at 21% of the time.
Look out. Look at the movement on that. Down and away. Kyle Loesch is spinning that one straight down. On the left-handed batter, 1 out, 7th inning.
Tuesday, August 25th, 7:05 start. Padres in town. First 25,000 fans receive an Anthony Rendon Garden Gnome. Check it out on all the social media or visit Nationals.com to purchase your tickets right now.
Fastball running back to Michael A. Taylor, who faces Kyle Loesch for the first time. There's Trey Turner on deck.
Timing him up, getting a good look. You're going to see something soft. 48% of his pitches are either a slider or a changeup. And the reason I say that, when you're geared up for your first major league at bat, you want to see something like 106. Use that adrenaline for you.
Change up, just kind of floating up and in. Michael A. Taylor, see you way later. Over the bullpen. Another tape measure shot. 12th of the year, RBI number 53.
I mean, he is just some kind of locked right now with the home run swing. And that was another no-doubter. Where is this going to land? And he stole some of Trey Turner's thunder right there. This 12th home run of the season. What a swing by Michael A. Taylor.
So here's Trey Turner. First big league at bat, coming off 314 in 48 games at Syracuse. Before that, 359, 10 games at Harrisburg. Swing and a miss on a big curve away.
See all the cell phones? Everybody taking pictures. Video in the first major league at bat of Trey Turner. Check it out.
And he makes contact out to short, digging for first. Yeah, he can fly, and he's out on a very close play.
Was he?
Matt Williams will check it out. I mean, he was some kind of digging down the line.
Was he out? Boy, was he getting it down the line. How about this for your first major league hit? Do I have one or don't I? And they're going to look at it.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Hold on. Listen to the crowd. Boy, he was low flying down the line. I said I wanted to see him run. We just saw him run, and he was getting it. Speed equals energy, folks. And nothing can fire up a team more than some speed. What do you got? Safe. Ish. That view is not going to help me. Is there enough to overturn it? What do you think, Cart?
I liked the first one. I didn't like the second one.
The crowd liked it. How about this drama for your first big league hit? I mean, he's going to get a big league hit. It's only a matter of time, but where's the ball?
I hope they know where the ball is.
Yeah, that's where's the ball is what I'm thinking if they change this.
You see a ball come flying back out of the Nats dugout, you know it's not good.
Kyle Loesch has one in his glove, but is that the ball? Listen to the crowd chanting hits.
Looks like when the ball hits the back of the mitt, he's on the bag, so it could be overturned. We just never seen this happen with the guy's first big league hit.
If his foot's on the bag right, one more, right there. That's so close. It's real close, huh? Drama. I mean, really the only drama left. She thinks safe. This place will go nuts if they reverse it. What do we got? Survey says
he's out.
Kind of the way it's gone here tonight, right?
Yeah. So that's 2 outs, bases empty, and Jason Worth, the hitter. Out by an eyelash.
Well,
here's Worth, 10 for 30 career against Loesch.
That's the fastest I've seen anybody get down the line for the Nats this year. And putting it in play with 2 strikes makes a routine ground ball to shortstop that interesting. Okay, I'm sold.
Rockies have picked up a couple. 3rd inning, Mets 7, Rockies 4 at Coors Field. I'd say they've got 2.5 hours of baseball left. One-two pitch. Worth on a fastball away, fouls it right side. And Worth cranks one to center. That ball's well hit. And it is run down by Logan Schaefer, the center fielder. Nats make a little bit of noise in the 7th on a big fly by Michael A. Taylor. For the 2nd night in a row, getting all of one. Even in D.C., which is not a mile high, that is a long blast. Washington, Toyota case for kids. 5 by Geo, 1 by Pfister tonight. And every time that happens, $37 to the Children's Inn at NIH. Thanks to our Washington area Toyota dealers. On the charge, Anthony Rendon can't glove it cleanly. And Ryan Braun, who does have good speed, could get them their 14th hit of the night.
You know, on that ball to Anthony Rendon's left tonight, and that ball right there, he just doesn't look as mobile to me, and he doesn't look 100%. You know, that's a play he makes in his sleep last year, and just the way he bent over for both balls looked funny to me.
After a long while, they'll give Anthony Rendon his 3rd error of the year. And that's 3rd of the night. Kyle Lewis was a 13-game winner with this team last year. Tanner Roark, his opponent right now, as the ball game's in the top of the 8th inning. So a couple of guys who've been starters now working out of their team's bullpens. Of course, Tanner won more games than that. Adam Lind had a good night. A walk, a double, a single, 2 runs scored. Low and inside. And another one blocked by Jose Lobaton. Two with nobody out. And a bouncing ball. Espinosa. Turner. In a hurry. Turns his first big league double play. 4-6-3 with Ryan Braun bearing down on it.
You know, there was no batting practice today because the Nats got in so early this morning. So Trey Turner really not having a chance to get used to his double play partner, Danny Espinosa. And if you looked at the lineup when he came into the clubhouse today, he thought he might be turning double plays with Anthony Rendon. Escobar got hurt, Rendon to third, so that's the first time he's seen a feed from Espinosa. Turner was out taking ground balls early. But a nice little 4-6-3 to get a couple of outs here in the top of the 8th. As a middle infielder, when you know where the feeds are going to be and you know your partner, you just come flying across the bat because you know he's going to put it right where you like it. That time he had to kind of wait and see where Espinosa was going to throw it and then start it up again to turn the double play.
Ball popped high in the air, but it's over the visiting dugout.
And you tell your partner early on when you guys are turning double plays, hey, this is where I like it. Outside, clear the runner, toward my left shoulder because I want to come flying across that bag. Same way second baseman will talk to a shortstop. Hey, I like to come across, feed me in front of the bag so I can clear myself. And when you play with a guy for enough time, you don't even have to tell him anymore because you just know where they want the baseball.
That ball spinning back and almost coming fair. And that was a good play by Rendon because he knew if it came back fair, he had no chance to throw out Logan Schaefer.
Well, it was a good play by Logan Schaefer to run. Most guys be standing home plate on this. He saw it skewing back and took off.
10 o'clock at Nationals Park. BC, FP, DK, MASN, we call it Masson. And it's not a great night for the Nats in their return home. 3 errors. They've given up 13 hits. Trying to regroup and make something out of these last few innings. Tanner Roark trying to get it to the bottom of the 8th. It'll be 2-3-4 for Washington. And another ball hit out of play. Pretty good battle here. Tanner Roark to Logan Schaefer. 1-2 pitch. In the dirt, Jose Lobaton's been blocking everything. And to the right side, Danny Espinosa. Going to the bottom of the 8th inning. Come into a major league game, the double play will find you.
To you by Miller Lite. Let's check out some homers. Bryce Harper with number 31. Missile. That with one out in the 6th inning. Jimmy Nelson can't believe it. Bryce Harper showing how he did it. And then Michael Taylor in the bottom of the 7th, his 12th of the year. And his 53rd RBI. That's second only to Bryce Harper's 74.
And that's saying something. First full year in the big leagues. Bottom of the 8th, Anthony Rendon pops it up over by the dugout. And unable to reach around for the backhand play was Adam Lind. Anthony Rendon 0 for 3 tonight. Couple of grounders, a fly ball to center. And that's a fastball down and into Rendon. Popped up to Logan Schaefer. Center field, and that's the first out, bottom of the 8th. Kyle Loesch, second inning of work. He'll face Harper and Danny Espinosa. Bryce has had a lot of at-bats and some success against Kyle Loesch, 5 for 15.
If he gets a strike right here, this could be loud.
Off speed, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Bryce Harper, 85 runs now, drove himself in. 1 extra base hit away from 60. Two and 1. Felipe Rivero.
You know, I never understood the unwritten rules of baseball when you're down by 7 runs and you square around to bunt, and it gets the other team's attention, and it frustrates them. Hey, the unwritten rule is if you're down by this many, swing the bat. You'll hear guys say that when you square around to bunt. And Lucroy and Bryce Harper were talking between that pitch. I don't know what it was about, but it was after he squared around the bunt. And my philosophy was, I'm still trying to get base runners on and win. I don't care if I'm down by 8, 9, or 10 runs. I'm just supposed to, you know, you're going to go a shift, and I'm not supposed to try to get on base. I never have understood that. Or taking it another step, when you're down by 7 runs and they don't hold you on first base, that if I go to second, if I steal second, or defensive indifference, whatever you want to call it, that it gets the other team's attention. So I'm just supposed to say uncle and give up when I'm down by 6 or 7 or 8 runs and not try to get on base if you're going to give me a bunt hit, or try to advance if you're not going to hold me on. Never understood that. Still don't. Never will.
Stand out bunting when you're up 10-3, but down by 7, you need guys on base.
No, but if you do, Carb, you'll hear the whole other dugout say, swing the bat, with a few expletives in there. And you might even get drilled.
Danny Espinosa, career 3 for 12, a homer, 2 RBIs against Kyle Loesch. This guy's got so many different approaches to a hitter. "24 wins in 2 years with the Brewers coming into this season. 32 starts, then 31 last year. Danny Espinosa waving at that 78, diving away from him. He's done, 2 outs.
Great promotions, great giveaways. For tickets and info, call the number on your screen or go to PotomacNationals.com.
Ryan Zimmerman came in to hit for Clint Robinson 2 innings ago. Struck out looking against the left-hander Neil Kotz. At that time, it was a 5-2 game. And Danny Espinosa was on base. Nats couldn't do anything. Desmond struck out against Corey Knebel. And then the Brewers blasted the Nats for 5 runs in the 7th inning. Wilson Ramos for the pitcher next. There's nobody else left unless you would pinch hit a pitcher for Tanner Roark. Short bench these days. Optimum situation. You're ahead. You don't have to ever use your other catcher. But the Yunel Escobar, kind of a freak thing in the first inning. You don't count on that either. Went over for a foul ball. Couldn't quite get it. Slammed into the barrier and then snapped his head against a fan's chest and got something in his neck. 3-0, and Ryan Zimmerman leans back from that one. 2 on, 2 out. Wilson Ramos will be the hitter. Wilson Ramos' career 2 for 6 against Kyle Loesch.
That's where you have to be thinking, make this a ball game with one swing, and just who cares what happens? Swing hard in case you hit it.
High fly ball, right field, Ryan Braun. This one into the ninth inning. It's 10-3 Milwaukee. First game of a long homestand. National Tire and Battery. Tires, oil, service, and repairs. That's all you need. Ten to 3 Milwaukee. They've out hit the Nats 13-6. Felipe Rivero trying to sort of mop things up here in the ninth inning before we get ready for tomorrow night's game. Taylor Youngman 7-4, 2.23 ERA. How about a 1.87 his last 10 times out? For the Nats, Joe Ross. He's beaten the Brewers once, and that was a milestone for him. 3-5, 3.86. He's 2-2 with a 2.5 ERA here at Nationals Park. Johnny and Ray at 6:30. Nats extra. Felipe Rivero. Lately, he's been either warming up or in the game just about every night.
A 28th appearance, ERA at 3.07, 27 strikeouts to 5 walks. Opponents hitting .261 against the mid to upper 90s fastball slider combination.
There's a good heater in there to Domingo Santana.
It's a big league name, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you used to think that in the minor leagues. You'd hear the PA announcer say a guy's name and just go, he's going to make it because of his name. That's a good
Sounds
name.
like a big league.
That's a big, yeah, Trey Turner, big league name.
Okay. Well, what'd you say the first time you heard Mark Grizzolonic introduced?
I said, how in the heck do you spell that? Mark Eichard. Yeah, that's a big league name.
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner.
Just rolls off the tongue.
Domingo Santana, big league name.
Out of play, right side.
Lorenzo Cain, big league name. Starling Marte, big league name. I mean, you just know them before they get there. Oh, he's hitting 180. I don't care. He's going to make it. It's a big league name.
Look out. Ball into the seats. Right past the end of the Nats dugout over there. And Domingo Santana getting a share of big cuts here. 1 for 4 tonight. with that laser-like 2-run homer back in the 5th inning. That made it a 5-1 game.
That was 98. I think that's the fastest I've seen Felipe throw.
He's got some kind of arm. That ball scorched and going foul. Quite a battle here on the mound. Venezuela against, in the batter's box, Dominican Republic. They are going after each other right here.
Well, he's swinging, and this is where you expand the zone, throwing above his letters. Hat high fastball. He's going to swing. He's in swing mode. He's not stopping.
Gave him a big curveball, and that's lined hard to left. And Jason Worth took him a moment to get a read on that one. He grabs it for the first out. Next up, Scooter Gennett. Scooter got a big base hit back in the 7th inning. The one off Doug Fister that scored them the first of their 5 runs.
Did you see the score? Cespedes hit another home run. It's 8-7 Mets in the 4th inning in Colorado. 8-7. 15 runs scored, and they're not even through 4.
A half hour ago, I said they have 2.5 hours of baseball left. Now I'll say they have 2.5 hours of baseball.
Well, you remember I said the other night, the humidor repairman?
Yeah, he must have taken the night off.
He stinks. That thing's broke again.
Yeah, he's really inconsistent. That's on the corner. No balls, 2 strikes.
I said give credit to the humidor repairman the other night when it was a low-scoring game, but he obviously just, it was a quick fix, a Band-Aid on the humidor because it's broke again. 15 runs.
No balls, 2 strikes. Target is up. And Jeanette spoils it.
99. If I'm pitching in a 10-3 game, I look up at the scoreboard and see 99. I'm trying to throw 100. I want triple digits, and that's all I care about.
Got him on a breaking ball, down and away. Well, sometimes 85 works if the other guy thinks you're trying to throw 100. 2 down. Good pitch. Elian Herrera. Is that a good night? A walk, base hit, RBI single, a run scored. Two and one. Target in this time from Lobaton. He got him on the hands out of play right side. And Rivera on 2-2, fastball away. Ryan Zimmerman just kind of cruising over to it. That's a 1-2-3 ninth inning for Felipe Rivero. The first 1-2-3 for a Nats pitcher tonight.
Milwaukee 10-3. Johnny Holiday along with Ray Knight. We welcome you to our Nets Extra postgame show coming up at the conclusion of this game. So far, not the way you want to start off a homestand.
No, Johnny, we know that we have to win 6 ball games, or feel like we need to win 6 of this homestand. Didn't look good tonight. Nobody looked really crisp on the mound, nor really at the plate. Bryce swung the bat great, as did Michael Taylor. But, we just got to take it at increments of 10 games, series, and realize that you're going to have nights like tonight. We kind of expected there to be a little, not a lot of juice going out there with all the travel.
Yeah.
I think we've made every excuse in the world for this ball club this year. We just try to be realistic. But we've got a long homestand, and we need to just play solidly from here on out.
So we'll talk about Bryce Harper's home run, Michael A. Taylor's home run, and Trey Turner making his Major League debut tonight with the ball club. But first, it's the bottom of the ninth, and Bob Bennett got a shot to maybe bring this ball club back and win this game. Guys?
Well, Johnny, get in the end zone, 2-point conversion, and no problem. Out of play, left side. First pitch swinging, Jose Lobaton. Bottom of the ninth inning.
Yeah, 2-minute offense. No huddle.
By the way, Kyle Loesch is going for a 3-inning save here. I have him with no big league saves. Doesn't matter what the score is. Guy comes in, pitches the last 3 innings.
Well, if you want to use a football analogy, the Nats offense needs to start throwing the ball more. And this 3 yards in a cloud of dust has to stop.
Swing and a miss.
And you're thinking they will tomorrow. At least that's what I'm betting on.
Michael A. Taylor and then Trey Turner here in the ninth inning. And that's a big breaking ball that drops straight down at 75. Kyle Loesch gave up the homer to Taylor last time up. A monster shot out to left over the bullpen. And since then, he's walked a couple but struck out 3. And a 1-2 pitch. Michael waves at it way outside. 2 outs. Trey Turner will try to extend his first major league game. Within an instant of a hit his first time up in the big leagues on that ground ball to short. Last time up.
You know what gets lost in review is the initial call. Which is always so important. He should have been called safe initially. And then if the Brewers wanted to challenge it, that would have been a hard one to overturn.
Turner right off the end of the bat. And that is it for the Nats in a 10-3 loss at home at the beginning of a long homestand. Milwaukee Brewers putting the bat on the ball all night long, and they win it going away, out hitting the Nationals 14-6. For FP and Dan, Bob Carpenter. Disappointing night. All you can do is go out and try it again tomorrow. Hope the Rockies come back and take care of the Mets tonight. 6:30 Nats Extra tomorrow evening. This has been a presentation of Massa. Johnny and Ray straight ahead from the booth. So long for just a while.